Hi Virgo, this is your reading. It's early springtime, early April to be specific, and I'll be doing 3 readings, so feel free to choose 1, 2, or all 3 of the readings. I will link each reading with a timestamp below in the description, so if you'd like to go directly to a specific reading, just choose that timestamp and it'll take you straight to the reading. So let's go ahead and get started. The first group, group 1, is a pink opal skull. Group 2, a pine cone, specifically white pine. And group 3 is a garnet tower. Garnet tower. So take a few moments, get centered, see which group calls to you, and I will see you at your reading. Hi Group 1, this is your reading, the pink opal skull for Virgo Group 1. So first, we're going to ask Spirit, could you please give us a message regarding the predominant energies that Virgo is dealing with right now? The predominant energies for Virgo right now. Okay, Virgo, we got the 7 and the 5 of Cups for you. The 7 and the 5 of Cups for you. I feel like you're dealing with the energy of trying to make a decision, and that you are somewhat stuck in making this decision, a little bit frozen, because in the past you've made other decisions that caused you to have some regrets. So you're finding it very difficult to choose a path, to take a step, to pick the right direction. But keep in mind that even though there have been some past regrets here, some decisions that haven't turned out the way you had hoped that they would, there are still potential here. So choosing a decision still has the potential to have an outcome that is favorable. However, your current energy is that you're struggling with that belief, without making that decision. So Spirit, could you please give us 1 or 2 cards for the unconscious factor or subconscious factor that Virgo might not be aware of that is affecting this situation for them? An unconscious or unseen factor that is affecting the situation for them. Okay, so we got the King of Rods. King of Rods. So this is probably a specific individual. This is a probably an older male, middle-aged, most likely, who is very skilled and comfortable in their life. They are someone who is a decision maker, which may be why this individual is factoring into this for you right now. They are someone who is able to make quick decisions. They are able to be not only very decisive, but to move on their decisions right away. So I feel like there's someone that you're not seeing that can help you with this decision. So maybe check around and see who that might be. This could actually be your own energy, that you are capable of making this decision with mastery, but you just don't trust yourself to do that, these cards are saying. But again, this could be your energy saying that you do have the capability to make this decision, and you have the capability to make a very good decision, and also to act upon that decision. The key being not to second guess yourself. So again, this is either an individual who can help with this decision, a man probably in their 40s to 50s, or this could be you, the side of you that you're not trusting to make this decision, but you do have the power if that is you. So Spirit, could we please get 1 or 2 cards for regarding a factor that Virgo is aware of that's affecting this situation as well? A factor that is in their consciousness that's affecting this situation. Okay, so we got the 8 of Cups and the Hanged Man. Now, both of these cards in this situation deal with we're going back to not being able to make this decision. You are feeling like you are just hanging around, basically. You're not able to take an action. And you're afraid that when you do take an action, that you will end up losing or leaving behind what you already have. So I feel like right now this decision is something that needs to be made. You can't stay in this energy for a long time. It is not productive to start with, but it can actually begin to harm you if you stay in this energy for too long. Part of what's holding you back is you have this fear that if you do make this decision, if you step away from, or it will cause you to step away from what you already have. So you're kind of holding on here to what you've already gained, even though what you currently have is not working for you. It's not enough, or it's not the right something. So you really do need to make this decision to move forward. But you're not able to do that right now. You're just in limbo, and you're afraid if you make this decision, you'll end up stepping away from something that you have. You know, it's like a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Well, in this case, you're going to need to go look in that bush, because what you have in your hand is not what you need. It's not working out. It's not enough. It may be all right for you now, but it's not what you could have. It's not your true abundance. So you are aware of that, that this is not the best situation to stay in. So Spirit, could we have 1 or 2 cards, please, for Virgo to let them know what action they're being guided to take at this point? What action should they be taking for Virgo Group 1? Okay, so we got the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. And so, again, we're getting the same message that you are afraid that by taking, moving forward, you could be leaving behind something that you're going to need. You may, as you move forward, not have enough. But this fear is pinning you down. It's holding you down. It's actually keeping you from making this decision, potentially harming you by staying where you are. Not necessarily harming you, you know, in a detrimental way, but harming you in that you're not stepping into your power. You're not realizing your abundance. So again, this fear of not being able to take with you everything that you need, this fear of leaving something behind is cropping up again. And so the action that this is telling you to take, the Knight of Cups here, is saying that you need to harden your heart. You need to maybe not harden your heart, but you need to settle into your heart. You need to get clear on how you feel about this decision. You need to get clear on the fact that when you make this decision, it will feel right. It will be the decision that you that is right for you. So this card is telling you to listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Get clear in what your heart is telling you, and then take action. Okay, so listen to what your heart is telling you. There's going to be one decision that clearly sounds, that clearly feels to you like it's the right decision. And when you make that decision, you'll know that it's the right one. It will feel easy. It'll just feel right. And so when you feel that decision that feels right, then you need to just go ahead and move on that decision. That's the action that you should take. Don't get immobilized by this fear that you're leaving something behind. Feel into your heart. You know which decision is the one that you want. You know which decision is the one that's right for you. So go with that decision and act upon it. So Spirit, could you please give us 1 or 2 cards for Virgo Group 1 as to the outcome of this situation for them? What is the outcome of this situation for Virgo Group 1, please? The outcome of this situation for Virgo Group 1, please. Okay, so Group 1, the card that we got is the Sun card. So the outcome of this situation, of making this decision with your heart and acting on what your heart tells you, the outcome is happiness. So it doesn't get much clearer than that. Let's get some additional clarification on some of these cards for you, Virgo Group 1. Just so that we can maybe flesh this out a little bit and see if there's any other information that's going to help you on this path. So Spirit, could we get some additional information here on Virgo Group 1 for the 7 and 5 of Cups for them, the predominant energies for them? Clarification on that. Okay, the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. So again, this is all hinging on your emotion and how you feel in your heart about this decision. You know, if you're regretting this decision, if you're worried about this decision, if it's out of your heart, if it's more in your head, it's going to lead to deceit and regret and indecision. But if you put this decision squarely in your heart, it will lead to ultimately happiness. So you have the capability, that is your path. So just listen to your heart. Spirit, could we get additional clarification, please, for the King of Rods here in the unconscious factor that Group 1 Virgo is, that's not in their awareness or that's hidden from them? Okay, so we got the Ace of Wands this time. So we got the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So these are both cards of taking decisive action. The King of Wands speaks about taking decisive action that you have the capability, the mastery of. And this Ace of Wands talks about that decisive action being the beginning of a powerful movement, of just a very clear path. So again, you know, this could be talking about an individual who's going to help you set out on that path. If we go back to that King of Rods here, or it could be just telling you that you have this capability to take the steps, to take the action, not wait, not think, not overthink, but feel into your heart and then take this action to set out on a path. But again, this could be an actual individual who can help you get started on this path. So keep your eyes open for that individual, or you may already know who they are. Spirit, could we have a little bit more clarification on that, please, for Virgo Group 1, the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands? Okay, so we got the Six of Cups here, the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is dealing with kind of starting with a fresh energy of youthfulness. So again, you know, feeling this in your heart in a way that is uplifting and joyful and playful energy. So you know, it could be that if this is an individual, this may be someone who is playful with you. It could be someone who likes to kid around with you. But behind that, and you may not look at them as anything more than that. You might look at them as just this individual that you like to spend time with because they tease you, but in a very loving way. But behind that, you know, could be this individual who really is someone who can step up and help you to move forward in your path, to help you make a decision. You know, they may be able to deliver guidance to you or suggestions to you because they have this lighthearted manner that would land better on your ears than someone saying, oh, you should do this. You know, so this individual might be able to just sort of throw out an idea in a very loving but almost teasing kind of a way that would help you to make this decision. It can also be saying, you know, if this is your own energy, that don't make it such a heavy decision. Try to, again, you know, don't go back and don't get stuck in your head about this. Make this more lighthearted. Remember that even if you do take an action, if it ends up not being the right action for you, you can always change that action. You know, there's no, it's not set in stone, it's not cast in stone that you have to follow whatever decision you go with the first time around. You're not stuck with that. There's always other things to do. So it could be that this is telling you, you know, don't make this, don't let this become too heavy of a thing for you. Keep it lighthearted, keep it joyous, keep it something that, you know, either this particular decision is something that is lighthearted that you enjoy, or making the decision stays more lighthearted. So Spirit, could we get some additional clarification, please, on the Hanged Man and the Eight of Cups for Virgo Group 1? Oops. Hang on. Okay. So we got the Five of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Five of Wands and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords here, with as far as clarification for this energy, is someone who can make decisive, who can make good decisions, but she depends a great deal on her intuition for making decisions, for what she says, for how she communicates. she might be saying that, again, in clarifying this energy, you know, this is someone who cuts through any sort of fog that you may have about this. And so in looking at the Hanged Man and the Eight of Cups, you know, there's this anxiety about this decision. There's this inability to move. There's this being in limbo. This is an energy that can cut straight through that, being very decisive and yet doing so in a way that is kind, but not in a way that allows you to wallow. So, you know, again, this could be an actual individual. This could be like a mother energy, someone who can give you some good guidance, probably not someone who is going to step with you on this path, but they may give you some good ideas. They may help you clarify. If there is a place where you are confused about something, they may help you clarify this. And then the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands could be speaking of just some confusion with this energy here, or some disturbance, or some things are not flowing smoothly. There's a lot of hesitancy. There's some you know, frustration where you may be trying to, I mean, just getting to the point where you're just, okay, I'm just going to do this, and it doesn't matter. So this may be speaking of that kind of energy where things are sort of confused and not smooth flowing. And so this Queen of Swords may be saying of that energy to let things flow more smoothly, to kind of come to a place where things are evened out a little bit. And don't get stuck. Don't get stuck on one detail or another. Move through the situation, and don't give more weight to one factor than another unnecessarily. You know, don't, if something doesn't make sense to you, don't get stuck on that point. You know, this woman is someone who can move ideas through smoothly. So don't get caught up in one detail. You know, if you don't understand the detail, or if you don't know how to factor it in or make it work, move on past it and come back to it. Just don't get hung up. Let this energy flow smoothly through as you're thinking about this decision that you need to make. So Spirit, could we please get some additional clarification on the 7 and 10 of Swords and the Knight of Cups here for Virgo Group 1? Okay, so the first card that we got is the Five of Discs. So the Five of Discs speaks of getting left behind, or being left out, or missing an opportunity, and then feeling lost. So again, I think we're going back to this energy of worrying about getting stuck, being held back by fear of not seeing everything you need to see, or leaving behind something that you may need. So by getting stuck in that energy, you may well find yourself missing an opportunity and getting left behind. But we got along with it the King of Swords, which again speaks of making decisions and making decisions from a place of not only authority, but a place of great wisdom, a place of great intellect. You know, this action is again telling you to move forward with this decision, not to get stuck in this energy. And then we got the High Priestess along with it. And the High Priestess is all about intuition. So we're going back to that heart place again. Intuition is from your heart. So, you know, the High Priestess and the King of Swords are saying, don't get stuck in this energy, but when you do move with this energy, move from a place of intuition, a place in your heart. So again, we're going back to, you know, the Knight of Cups was saying the same thing. Feel into your heart, see what feels right, and then act on that. The High Priestess is saying also, you know, feel into your heart, see what feels right, and then the King of Swords is saying, act on that, move on it, make this decision. So Spirit, could we get some additional clarification, please, on the outcome, the Sun card? Not that that really needs any clarification, but just in case, if there's any additional messages for that position. Okay, so the cards that we got are the Queen of Discs. The Queen of Discs, she deals with nurturing yourself and others. She is a very strong mother energy. She is very kind. She is very loving. She's very abundant, and she welcomes everyone. So again, by making this decision from your heart, you're going to end in a place that is very nurturing, very fulfilled, very abundant. And the other card that we got is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords speaks of centering yourself, bringing yourself to a place of peace, to a place that is strong for you, and making a decision from that place. So this is basically verifying everything that we've talked about so far. This is confirming that yes, the outcome will be that you will find this place in your heart. You will find this place of peace and this place of stability and this place of knowing, and that's where you will make this decision. So the decision will be made from this heart space, from this place of great strength, is the outcome of this reading. So Spirit, thank you very much for these messages. And Virgo Group 1, let's see what oracle card we got to complete this message. Okay, so we got Lady. It says, enjoy growth and reap the rewards. So let's take a look at the book here. Okay, so Lady says, reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. The Lady, known as the Empress in the traditional tarot, is the representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. She is an abundant, bountiful, and creative being. She is closely connected to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough love to give all who need nurturing. Yet she is a representation of the goddess Venus too, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. In this card, she holds an apple. Its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the 5 elements of life. Fertility, growth, and abundance are all imminent when Lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you're making business deals or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The Lady can also usher in other forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a genuinely supported journey through life. So I think that confirms that you probably don't need to worry about leaving behind or being without. This card is saying that you will reach this state of abundance. You will reach this state of being loved and feeling love. I guess also something that stands out to me here as we get this card and speak of her fertility, the outcome of this card, the Queen of Discs, also obviously speaks of fertility. So if your decision is about whether or not to start a family, it looks like you should. So Virgo Group 1, I hope this reading was helpful to you. I hope it resonated. If it did resonate, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell button if you'd like to get notification of new videos. But mostly, I am so very glad that you joined me here, and I wish you well. Thank you. Hi Virgo Group 2, this is your reading. This is the Pine Cone Group. So first of all, Spirit, may we have 1 or 2 cards, please, for the predominant energies for Virgo right now. Predominant energies for Virgo Group 2 right now. Okay, Virgo, we got the 3 of Cups and the Fool. 3 of Cups and the Fool. So the predominant energy for you right now is you're starting something new and you're very excited about it. Your friends are happy for you. It's just a very positive time right now. It's something that looks like it will be exciting, it's new, and you're happy to be starting this journey. And those around you are happy for you as well. So Spirit, could we please get 1 or 2 cards for any unconscious or hidden factors that are affecting the situation for Virgo Group 2 right now? Okay, so we got the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands. This card may be saying that you might be rushing into this situation, rushing in probably isn't the right way to say this. You might be going into this new situation without knowing all of the factors involved, which of course the Fool would also speak to. Sometimes the Fool presses ahead without, well, in fact, always the Fool presses ahead without knowing where he's going necessarily. And I think the 7 of Wands is maybe also speaking about that a little bit, that there may be some things crop up that you did not expect. I don't think it's going to be a big obstacle. You're still going to have whatever you need. You're still going to have the skills, the ability to make this situation be what you want it to be. But I think that this is just saying be aware that there may be some things crop up that you didn't really expect. You have the capability to work through them, so don't get frustrated and don't get turned away because of this, because of these factors that may crop up. It just is something that you weren't quite aware of, that you didn't realize perhaps was going to be a part of the situation. But you have the capability to handle whatever crops up. But you may not realize that something might be cropping up. So just kind of a cautionary card there to watch out for it, but know you can handle it when it comes up. So Spirit, could you please give us 1 or 2 cards with regard to a factor that Virgo Group 2 is aware of that is affecting this situation? A factor that they are aware of that has an effect on this situation. Okay. So we got the 6 of Cups, 6 of Cups. So again, we're dealing with kind of a youthful energy and the start out of something new and just a very happy and excited energy. So we're just really kind of still dealing with this, starting something new, and you're very excited about it. And it just is, you really are looking forward to it being something that you really enjoy. The other thing that this might be dealing with or speaking of is there may be some individual in this situation to whom you have an attraction. And this may affect, well, it will affect this situation, but I'm not sure just how at this point. But it seems from this card, this position of this card, that you're aware of this other individual and you're aware of this potential for some sort of a connection here. I would say that with the 6 of Cups, it's very likely that this connection would be a good thing. I don't see it as causing problems in this new situation. It may, in fact, be the situation. It may be that this situation speaks of something new in a relationship realm. Although I'm feeling more like it might be I'm feeling more like this is potentially more of a job, career advancement, something like that. But it could be a relationship, certainly. And if it is, it looks as though that this is starting out to be something that is very enjoyable. There's attraction on both sides, although You know, one side might be more forward than the other, but I think that the other side may be receptive to this, or likely will be. So at this point, it looks like, you know, that this is a very promising situation. It's with a potentially promising connection with another individual. So Spirit, could you please provide 1 or 2 cards for Virgo Group 2 with regard to an action that they are being guided to take right now? What action are they being guided to take? Okay. So the King of Pentacles came out, the King of Pentacles. So I'm feeling like this is saying to take things slowly, to really be aware of the whole of the situation, and not be frivolous about moving into this situation, whatever this is. I believe this card is saying that the action you need to take is to feel the situation to the fullest, to understand the situation to the fullest, to take in the big picture with this situation. And if it takes some time to do that, then to take that time to slow down, to just be aware of the richness of the entire situation. So I think that that's what that card is saying. And yes, we got a confirmation here at the bottom of the deck also. You know, the sun warms everything. It is the big picture. It takes in all of the big picture. So again, you know, this is saying make sure that you take the time to see the big picture, to understand the entire situation, and it will blossom into its complete potential by doing that, instead of rushing into a situation and you know, not appreciating it for its full potential. Maybe seeing it as just a paycheck or seeing it as a date, but in reality it has the potential to grow into something much more. So Spirit, the outcome of this situation, please. Okay, I think we're still in the action here of the situation. I'm sorry, let's put this away and sorry, Spirit, I wasn't being clear. Can we have 1 or 2 cards, please, for the outcome of this situation for Virgo Group 2? The outcome for Virgo Group 2, please. Okay, so we got the Page of Pentacles and we got the 8 of Swords. So the Page of Pentacles is again talking about the situation taking time. And it may be that you feel as though it should be moving more quickly than it is. So here in the outcome position, again, you know, I think that this situation is going to take some time to mature. It is going to maybe move at a slower pace than you think that it should. You know, again, you might be starting out in this very celebratory energy right now. And, you know, when we're all celebrating and feeling wonderful, we really want things to, you know, blow up and just be fun and exciting. But that may not be the best route. You know, again, here with the King of Pentacles, the action is to let this situation mature over time, to let it grow into its full potential. And so here the outcome is again saying, you know, that while you may be feeling like this is a new and exciting adventure, it may not move as fast as you would like it to. It may not progress as fast as you would like it to, or develop as quickly as you want it to. But don't let that trap you, and don't let that discourage you, because the situation is not turning bad or not, it's not that it's not panning out or any of the things that you might feel if you're feeling a fear because it's not turning into what you thought it would as quickly as you thought it should. Don't let that trap you, because that's just sort of your own thought process. That's your own, the way that you're looking at it. But the reality of it is it's still progressing well, and it will progress to something that is very fruitful and very abundant. You know, the King of Pentacles speaks of the potential of this situation is wonderful. But just don't get trapped in feeling like it needs to move faster than it is, okay? So Spirit, could you please, let's see, let's get some clarification on these cards, please. For Virgo Group 2. Okay, so Spirit, could we have some clarification on the Three of Cups and the Fool for Virgo Group 2, please? Three of Cups and the Fool, the predominant energy right now for Virgo Group 2. Okay, so we got the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is saying your instincts are good. This is a wonderful situation. You know, feeling it as a new beginning and something that's worth celebrating is right on the mark. Your instincts are very good. So Spirit, could we get some additional clarification, please, on the Seven of Wands for Virgo Group 2? Perhaps something that is hidden from them or that they're not really seeing. Okay, so again, we got the King of Pentacles. We got the King of Pentacles again, which we had down here in the action position. So again, this is a situation that's going to take some time to flesh out. And if you don't allow it to take that time to flesh out, you're going to end up losing the situation. You're going to end up losing the entire, I mean, you could potentially lose the whole situation. You could potentially, if it's a job, you could lose it. If it's a relationship, you could lose it. Or it could just end up not becoming, again, its full potential. It might not reach its full potential if you push it too much. So, you know, again, just allow this situation time to work its way through to its potential, and it will blossom into something really, really beautiful. So Spirit, could we please have some additional clarification on the Six of Cups for Virgo Group 2? The factor that they are aware of. Okay, so I'm thinking more and more, whether the entire situation is a relationship or not, but this factor is involving definitely a relationship here. So we've got the Lovers card and we got the Two of Cups. Both of these cards are speaking of just a very, very fruitful relationship. Just, I mean, the Six of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Lovers, whatever this is, it's going to be one hell of a great relationship. So give it the time that it needs to develop as it should. We also got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is, you know, riding in on a white horse and saving the day for the beautiful maiden. I mean, it's just, it's the energy of sweeping a loved one off of their feet in this case, or sweeping a lover off of their feet. So this, wow, this is like absolutely blowing me away, the energy that we have here with this love relationship. So, you know, whether this is specifically about a new relationship or if it's about a new situation that could lead to a new relationship or to lead to, you know, a change or a different level or a different meaning for a relationship, it's an amazing relationship. So it is definitely worth whatever time it takes to allow this situation to mature to its full potential. Spirit, could you give us some additional clarification, please, on the King of Pentacles here in the action for Virgo Group 2, please? clarification for the action, the King of Pentacles, the Virgo Group 2. Okay, so again, we got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles was what we got up here in the outcome before we get the Page of Pentacles again. So slow it down. Go slow. And enjoy, you know, the King of Pentacles talks about going slowly and being anchored and developing this beautiful abundance. The Page of Pentacles talks about enjoying every moment of this, whatever this developing situation is, enjoying the newness of it, enjoying, you know, don't jump ahead to what you think it might be. Don't jump ahead to what you think it can be, what you want it to be. Just enjoy every moment of it as it blossoms. So, Spirit, could we please get some clarification for Virgo Group 2 on the outcome position here, the Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles for them? Okay, again, we're getting kind of a mixed bag here. We've got the Four of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Justice card. The Four of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Justice card. So the Four of Swords, it's just further confirmation of this energy of taking your time, resting, waiting, just being patient. And then the Seven of Swords is going back again to this Eight of Swords energy. I think that if you are hasty, if you are too eager to move forward, you may end up leaving some of the potential of this relationship or this job or this, whatever the situation is. If you're too quick to move forward, you might leave behind some of the potential, some of the abundance that could come of this situation. And so the Justice card we get here, the Justice card is telling you to, you know, weigh the situation carefully, be balanced. Don't be rushing into this. Don't try and force it to be something that you want it to be. Feeling the balance of it, going as you go along, really feel into the relationship or really feel into the situation and make sure that everything feels balanced. You know, if you're feeling like you're getting dragged behind too much, you're getting bogged down, or if you feel like you're beginning to feel some anxiety with the situation because you're rushing ahead, you know, whatever the case may be, bring yourself to a place of balance. That might be the key to being able to be patient and allow this situation to fully develop, is by always feeling into, you know, this High Priestess, this heart energy, and feeling where you're balanced. You know, if you're too anxious, if you're too excited, if you're too anything, or if you're not enough, you know, if you're feeling like you are drained, or if you're feeling like you're stuck, balance that energy out. Balance those energies out, and that will allow you to move through this at the proper pace, at a pace that will allow the situation to blossom, to fully become. And then the outcome is going to be just fantastic. You know, this relationship, I don't know if this relationship is secondary or if it's the primary situation, but regardless, you know, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing relationship here. So it's worth the patience. It's worth the wait. And so, Spirit, let's take a look at our oracle card here that we pulled for Virgo Group 2. And we got the Seer, and it's see beyond the current situation. See beyond the current situation. So, you know, I think, again, we'll go ahead and read the book here, but I think we're talking again about don't jump ahead. Know that the outcome of this has the potential beyond just this current situation. Understand that. And let's see what the book says here. So the Seer says, look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Love, again, is the basis for our intuition. So most indigenous peoples have a seer in the family or tribe. Seers are intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as direct channels for information on what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. Their energy isn't about predicting your future for you, but about showing you how your intentions are creating it. A true seer will help you see that your intentions can change, therefore so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so that you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future, it's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know that you're in an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. You're moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. And along with that, you know, it says don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost. The same thing applies to, you know, don't let your ego run away with you. So don't see yourself as, you know, jumping ahead or, and you know, if you get to a point where you think you should be farther ahead, don't feel you're stuck or lost. So I think, yes, I think that this card is pretty much saying the same thing that the reading has said. This is a wonderful situation. It's going to develop into great abundance and loving relationship. But don't push it too quickly. Give it the time that it needs to develop. So, Virgo Group 2, I hope that this reading was helpful to you. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear in the comments from you. Click on the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell button if you'd like to get notifications when new videos go up. But regardless, I am just, most of all, very, very happy that you were here with me. And I loved this reading for you. I loved seeing this reading. I hope that it resonated with you and that it was helpful. So blessings to you. Bye-bye. Welcome, Virgo Group 3. This is your reading, the Garnet Tower. Spirit, can you please give us 1 or 2 cards with regard to the predominant energy for Virgo Group 3 right now? Okay. Virgo Group 3, we got the 10 of Wands and we got the 3 of Swords. So there is something that is really heavy weighing on your mind right now. Your predominant energy is sad right now. There's just something that's really, really weighing heavily on you. Spirit, can we please get 1 or 2 cards for Virgo Group 3 for an unconscious or hidden factor that's affecting this situation that they're not aware of? Okay, Virgo Group 3. We got the Emperor and we got the Universe. The Emperor and the Universe. So, whatever the situation is that is creating a great deal of sorrow for you, that's really weighing heavily on your mind, it's going to lift. It is going to, almost in a miraculous, very powerful way, be cleared up very soon. This may involve a father figure helping you through whatever this is. But it may also just be a message that this is going to resolve in a very powerful way. A way that you did not see coming. But it will resolve favorably. So, Spirit, can we get 1 or 2 cards, please, for a factor that is in the awareness of Virgo Group 3 right now that is affecting this situation? Okay, Virgo Group 3, we got the Lover's card and the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles and the Lover's card. This leads me to believe that the situation that's weighing heavily right now is perhaps a marriage or a relationship that's not working out, and that you are pondering, announcing that it is going to be ending. I feel like right now you're struggling with whether or not you should, it may be telling this to family and friends, or it may actually be approaching the other partner in this relationship with the declaration that things are not working. So, Spirit, could you please give us 1 or 2 cards with regard to the action that Virgo Group 3 is being guided to take right now? The action for Virgo Group 3. Okay, so we got the Moon and the Princess of Cups. So these cards are saying that the action that you should take right now is to really, really deeply go into your heart, to feel what your intuition is telling you, to look at the situation with new eyes, with a very tender, open heart, and listen to what you hear. Feel what you feel. Really tap into your intuition on this. I feel like this may be saying, you know, don't say anything to anyone right now if you haven't already. Keep this to yourself for the moment, because there may be something that you're acting on that is recent, that is painful, that is fresh, but that might be coloring the situation for you. And so these cards are saying to really, really go inward, and consider the entirety of the situation, of the relationship, of all the factors that have ever played into this, especially in an emotional way, and see how you feel about how this particular situation needs to resolve. I mean, over here it's talking about the completion of a cycle, and that completing in a powerful, strong way. So these cards are saying, how do you want that to complete? Do you want this to be, will this be a situation where you will transform the relationship, or leave the relationship, end the relationship? Your heart is the one that's going to be able to tell you which is the best action to take, which route to go with this. So the action that the cards are telling you right now is, in effect, no action. Just use your heart, go in, see where this hits in your body. Don't use your mind as much to think this through as to use your heart. See how you feel about this situation, and then make a decision, or wait. So Spirit, can you please give us 1 or 2 cards for Virgo Group 3 on the outcome of this situation? Okay, so Virgo, I feel like we got the 4 of Swords and the 6 of Cups here. The 4 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. So this particular card, the 4 of Swords, is called Truce. And the 6 of Cups is a very youthful, loving energy. It's like the energy, it's like, this to me is saying that what the conclusion you may come to is that you want to start over again. And I think that means start over within this relationship, in a place that is new. And so in order to reach a place of newness, there's going to have to be some renegotiation within this relationship. Whatever it is that was causing this heartache, this heaviness, is going to have to be, there's going to have to be some common ground. This truce here, this swords energy is talking about, is speaking of discussion, of clarity, of setting boundaries. So I think that this is saying that the outcome is going to be that you're going to talk this out with the other individual. And through talking the situation out, by becoming crystal clear how you feel about the situation and making sure that they are crystal clear on how you feel about the situation, there will come to a place where there will be understanding on both sides. And from that understanding on both sides, you can move to a new understanding of the relationship, which will be the start of basically a new relationship, almost a new courtship. So I don't know if this is just a situation where things have gotten stale, or if there's actually been some harm done. But after giving it some deep introspection about how you feel about this relationship and why it's important, or if it's important to get away from the relationship. And then the outcome will be that there will be clarity on both sides, there will be understanding on both sides, and then there will be a new start. Now, whether that new start involves this same relationship or perhaps moving away from this relationship is going to depend on what conclusion you come to here and what understanding is come to here. But it will be a new start, and it will be a new start that is healing for you. Whether that is changing the relationship so that it's more healing, or if it's removing yourself from the relationship to heal yourself. So, Spirit, let's get some additional clarification for Virgo Group 3, please. Spirit, could we have some additional clarification, please, on the Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands, the predominant energy right now for Virgo Group 3? Okay, the Tower. We got the Tower, Group 3. So this is clarifying and verifying that this is a situation that's untenable. You can't stay in this situation. It's falling down around you. And if you try and stay in the situation the way it is now, you will fall down with it. You will be buried under this situation. So you have to move away from the current condition of this situation. That doesn't, again, necessarily mean leaving it, but it does mean changing. So Spirit, could we please get some additional some additional clarification for Virgo Group 3 on the Emperor and the Universe here in the hidden aspect of this situation? Okay, so we got the Hermit and the Death card. The Death card, much like the Universe card, is about starting over. This is about letting something fall away that is not working, that is just not something that you can sustain, and so that you can start new, birth something new. The Hermit talks about going inward, understanding yourself, understanding your place in the bigger picture, and listening inward. So again, we've got a very similar message here down here with the Moon. The Hermit also talks about, going inward so that you can shine a light into the darkness. So right now I feel like things are pretty dark for you, but by going inward, by understanding that something has to give to be able to let in something new, you're going to complete this, whatever this cycle of that's turned to where things are not working, and you're going to let in this beautiful sunlight into the situation. So Spirit, could we get some additional clarification, please, for the Lovers and the Four of Pentacles card for Virgo Group 3? So we got the 6 of coins and the 9 of cups. The 6 of coins and the 9 of cups. So the 6 of coins is an energy of being benevolent, of being generous, but not in such a way that it's frivolous. So I think this energy is speaking of giving this other individual the benefit of the doubt, seeing things from their perspective, and then reaching out to them. So, you know, if this is a relationship here that is in danger, and of course with the Lover's card it almost certainly is a relationship. The 6 of coins is speaking of trying to shift your perspective to see their side of the story, and putting your hand out to them and making them aware that you are willing to work with this. You're willing to give to them, and that you understand that this may not be entirely their fault. It's taking some responsibility, taking some part of the burden of this situation to try and kind of even things out and smooth things over and make things equitable for everyone. The 9 of Cups, in this case, I think it's speaking of the emotional overload that this is bringing with it right now. This emotion is really spilling over. This is a situation that is really difficult to deal with. It's very emotionally charged, whether that be anger or whether that be sadness. But this emotion is just overflowing right now. And so again, this 6 of Pentacles can also talk about evening that out and grounding yourself, bringing yourself back down to earth, bringing yourself more into things that are solid. Sometimes that can kind of help to balance overactive emotion by, you know, if this could be taking an action that is grounding, walking outside, you know, doing some exercise, whatever it takes to kind of get you out of this emotional state. So, you know, that could be another thing that this card is talking about, is trying to help balance out this emotion, this extreme emotion, before taking any sort of action on this situation. So Spirit, could we get some additional clarification for the Moon and the Princess of Cups for Virgo Group 3, please? The action position for them. Additional clarification on the Moon and the Princess of Cups, please, for Virgo Group 3. Okay, so we got the 6 of Cups. We got the 6 of Cups here. And this could be speaking of kind of an exchange or a filling up of this emotion that this action talks about here. this going inward and feeling into your heart. I'm feeling like this card is talking about the potential that right now your heart is feeling empty, or your heart is feeling very closed. This card might be saying that you may need to take some extra time. You may need to get some distance from this situation, this emotion, this overflow of emotion that you're dealing with here, before you can actually go in. And again, here we've got this Four of Wands, which is like what we got over here, which is kind of making a declaration or stating your intention. So I think that this is saying that the action that we need to take, here we talked about going inward, feeling your way through this, letting your heart speak to you. But I think that this may be saying that before you can get to that point, before you can honestly trust your heart, you may need to take some time just to kind of fill your heart back up again, to heal your heart, to let whatever is troubling you right now be less in the forefront. I mean, it's hard to say. It's different for each individual, but some people, when they get this overflow of emotion, that is their state. Their state is just constantly emotional, crying, whatever that release of emotion is. And for other people, it's closing off. So regardless of whichever way your heart is dealing with this right now, this card is saying that you need to balance that out. You need to replenish your emotional reservoir before you go about making this decision or making this declaration or even addressing the situation with the other party. So Spirit, could we get some additional clarification on the Six of Cups and the Four of Swords in the outcome position here for Virgo Group 3? Clarification on the outcome for Virgo Group 3, please. Okay, so we got the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups. The Five of Cups speaks of regrets. But it also speaks of potential. There is something that's been lost that is causing a great deal of regret, sadness, but there is also there is a potential for something new to come in. There's still a place in your heart to be able to receive. Even though 3 of these buckets have spilled, there are still 2 more that are upright, and the rain is filling them. So, even though something has been lost in this situation here, there is something good that is beginning to grow again. So there is hope looking forward. There's potential. There is rebirth. There is something new that's coming back in again. So that's the outcome, kind of what we saw here before too, that by coming to this truce, there will be the potential or the birth of something new. So the Five of Cups is verifying that again as well. That while there is this heartache, this residual pain from the situation, there is a way to move forward, and there's hope, and there's the start of some new moving forward to a new thing, to a new happiness, to a new fulfillment. So let's take a look at the oracle card that we pulled ahead of time. Okay, and the oracle card that we got for this group, Virgo Group 3, is the Traveler. It says move in a new direction. Move in a new direction. So let's take a look at the book. I feel like this goes along with the reading quite well. That whether that new direction is just revamping this current relationship or whether it's starting over. But let's see what the book has to say here. So the Traveler. Welcome any opportunities to travel, either to the outer world or to your inner worlds. The Traveler card represents a gypsy spirit within. The opportunity to move in a new direction is coming your way, and ancestral wisdom is encouraging you to welcome it with open arms. Going on a trip is an exciting process because not only do you learn about the world, you also learn about yourself. This card often comes up when you have a chance to go through a process of awakening and understanding even more about the amazing qualities you have to share with the world. Often such journeys can be lonely, but this in itself can teach you that you are never really alone and your angels and ancestors are there for you. The road you are on may be the road less traveled, but this journey is going to be highly beneficial for your emotional and spiritual growth. If it isn't about covering outer distance, it's about covering distance within, and you will be evolving every single moment of it. Remember to keep things simple and to lighten your load, because that will make your journey more enjoyable. You are also being encouraged to see how far you've come and how you've really grown as a person, because this recognition will support you in going even further. And there's a good chance that along the way you'll make new friends who will become companions for a lifetime. So yes, I feel like that definitely goes along with the reading, that this is going to be traveling into a new realm, traveling within, and it will give you the opportunity to see a different side of you, to become a different person, to learn from all that you've gone through on your travels. So Virgo Group 3, I hope that this reading resonated for you. I hope it was helpful. If you have any thoughts or comments, I would love to hear them. If you like this video, click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell button if you'd like to get notifications when new videos go up. But mostly I am just so honored that you have shared this time with me, and I hope that you'll come back again. So I wish you blessings and all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.